set up to have a great future. They've preserved the traditional rivalries. I mean, everybody's, not just ours, but everybody's, as I understand it. I think, like Oregon's, Oregon State, etc. So, new day, we're happy, and bring on the Pac-12.
How important was it to have this 5-2-2 type of thing where you guys are playing Cal and Stanford every year?
I mean, you tell me. I mean, you've watched these games over the years. I mean, you think about the history of the games. We played Cal for nearly 100 years and Stanford for 80-some. They've been historic games, great memories, memorable moments in those games. So, you know, at the end of the day, the presidents did a great job because they were able to preserve, not only from USC's perspective, those rivalries, but as I understand it, you know, Oregon and Oregon State and Washington State, all the schools, it was a unanimous vote, and preserved their rivalries as well. So, but from USC's perspective, I've always felt and I've said that we need to play UCLA, Cal, and Stanford.
What changed? It was a 7-5 vote. The first one. Did something change since it was a 7-5 vote?
I don't know. I don't. You know, I wasn't obviously part of those deliberations, and I just got out of a meeting. I just saw the release, so I don't know.
Well, I think it was the ADs. Was it kind of the ADs vote? Did the ADs vote 7-5?
ADs, that wasn't unanimous, and so the presidents, you know, they've talked among themselves. And I advised our president of what we wanted from USC's perspective. That's my job, right? And you know, what we wanted to do was to have the California schools all play each other every year, and also to make sure that, you know, when we went on one trip to the north a year, not two, when we do these things. Because we don't want 2 weekenders, we want one. So there's all kinds of complexity with the new scheduling too. You have 2 new teams who already have set schedules for years out, and I don't know what kind of logarithms they're using, but they're using some to get the new schedule out, which I'm led to believe will be out not too distant future. It's going to have to be.
You've got some guarantees in terms of, like, you guys have the Notre Dame back and forth trip and all that. That's going to balance out with your Pac-10 games. So.
Yeah, we are scheduled for Notre Dame through 2018.
And you're going to get like 5 Pac-10 games when you go to Notre Dame and 4 when you.
I'm pretty sure that's the way it's working.
They have to.
Yeah, you got to play 9 conference games. Yeah, I think that's the way we worked it out.
Did it ever get contentious from your end, or?
No, you know, there's reports to me that I was angry, or, you know, I don't know what the word was, disappointed. I was or unhappy. I was never unhappy. You know, first of all, we're just one vote, right? Yeah, and it's a democracy, and so people have different points of view. And I was never unhappy, but I knew our fans at the end of the day. I think our fans would be, you know, disappointed if we weren't able to play those schools. I mean, I'm not so much sure they're interested in the game itself. They love going to San Francisco. Love going to Chinatown. They love just taking cable cars, all that stuff. So, you know, so they'll remain happy. And you know, as I said, I've grown up here, and you know, I know how important it is to play Cal. I mean, I talked to our team about that last week. I said, you guys think UCLA and Notre Dame are big rivals, and they are important, but you know, we've played Cal more than anybody. This is really a rivalry game. And I think most of our fans really kind of feel that way.
How do you feel about the championship game being at the site of the home team versus a neutral? You love it?
I love it. It's going to be a great scene. I just hope we're not playing Oregon there. But yeah, you know, think about that. It's and I give Larry Scott a lot of credit here. I mean, I think he's thought outside the box in a lot of ways in the new Pac-10, now Pac-12. But to have a game where you deserve to host it, you know, you've really won the right to host the championship game, and the fact that you're guaranteed basically a sellout crowd, wild scene. You know, it's going to be terrific, I believe.
What are the chances you think you guys still might be involved in that with the appeal and all that? You think you got a shot?
Boy, you know, I don't know. You know, we don't even have a set date yet for appeal. So I've said before, I think we have a good appeal, but I have no chance. I have no idea whether we're going to win or not.
This the revenue sharing situation is that, I mean, not that you, like you said, you're part of a democracy,
Yeah.
but you know, it was used to be based on, I guess, appearances and
Right.
so forth, and now it's eventually going to be
Right.
equal. Is that
Yeah.
is that okay?
Yeah, no, that's fine with us, because we think the pie will get bigger with a Pac-12 and the championship game, so the pie will get bigger, and everybody's gonna benefit from that.
But you do get that premium until the pie gets to 170 million. That is correct.
I don't know the exact numbers. I do not know
That seemed to be
exact
what he
numbers.
said. It's not just a
Did that what
one-time
Larry said? I didn't hear what he said,
He
but
said, yeah, $2 million.
until it reaches the 170
You
million,
guys in
which is
UCLA.
yeah, and I think the 170 is parallels, I believe, the Big Ten contract. So I think that's where that number comes.
Do you think they're gonna get, I mean, you know, he talked about until they get to a certain threshold. How quickly do you think they can get to that?
You know, I'm not sure what the market's like. I mean, I know it's been a tough television market recently, but I believe there's some new folks who want to broadcast college football games, and so if that is true in the case, it's a good time to have a product to sell, right? So, how realistic is that? I can't really tell you, but I hope it's right away.
because one of the things the Big Ten did is they invested like they lost $56 million year one 3 years ago.
That's on the Big Ten Network.
And the network, right?
Yeah.
And now they're gonna. But in order to get to 170 million, you almost have to have a Pac-12 network.
Right.
It's not
Right.
possible to get
Right.
there without a network.
Right. Precisely, yes, and that is the assumption.
So the assumption is there will be a network that's.
It's going to be part of the whole television, to get to 170 million, you're going to have it. Anything else, guys? Good?